Good morning and welcome to A Closer Look. I'm your host, Linda Fontaine. Thank you for joining us today. And my special guest today is Shantell Bogle. No stranger to our show. We like to have her on a lot because she does so much for our community that we appreciate. She's Executive Director of Oasis of Kingsport. Thank you for being here today, Shantell.
It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course, always. We love it. Now, Oasis has been closed for a little while because of the pandemic, right? So you guys are going to try and open up a little bit now, right?
Well, we've had off and on spurts of being open and closed due to several different factors. We work with a high-risk population of women, and as far as having volunteers, as soon as COVID-19 hit, it scared everyone away from coming down and volunteering at the Oasis. So we're short-staffed. We also have had, many of us been sick and went through things personally in our personal life. And we've also, many of us went through having COVID come
Yes.
through our homes. So a combination of that has made us be open, then closed, then open, then closed. We've reopened on a soft opening. This past week was our first time doing that. So from now on, we plan to be open Tuesday through Thursday, starting at 9 a.m., taking our last client for laundry at 1. So, of course, we close at 3, but in order for us to have enough time to close out laundry and everything, the last client has to be in by 1 o'clock. So we've been trying to do that, and we're only open right now for laundry and showers. We don't have any of our programs up and running. As many of you know, if you've ever been to the Oasis, how small our current building is. It's just very small, and you can't social distance large groups of people in there. It's just really, really difficult to do that.
So people that might not be familiar with Oasis, explain it just a little bit about what it is when you're talking about laundry and showers and things like that.
Okay, the Oasis of Kingsport is a 501c3 nonprofit ministry that is for women, all demographics, all ages. You don't have to be of a special socioeconomic status or anything like that. It's just simply put a women's ministry. However, a lot of the population that we serve are high risk, a lot of them are low income, and a percentage of them are homeless. And we provide a place for women to come take a shower, and we provide all the toiletries for them to be able to do that, do their laundry, and we provide everything for that. We only ask for a quarter donation for them to be able to do laundry there, and that is pending on if they have a quarter. Some people don't have that. We take that money every month and we sow it back into another ministry or program in the community that works in our community, and that's our way of letting the ladies give back to our community for what they've been given. So, and we have. When we're open regularly, we have all kinds of different programs for women to come be a part of. We deal with many different subjects such as addiction, so we have support groups for that. Just being a mother, teaching, parenting skills and things like that. And also Bible study, we have several of those. Sewing and knitting classes, art classes, just a lot of people show up for our cooking classes. And then we work with the UT Extension Center also, with them coming in and doing classes like on diabetes and Eat Smart, and things like that as well.
What a great organization that is. That is such a blessing. Now tell me, how's this going to be working for the holidays? Because it is getting colder outside, and I'm sure that it's harder for people to get out and about because of the weather and things like that. Are you going to be open for the holidays? How's the hours and all that working for y'all?
Well, this week, coming up for Thanksgiving, we're going to be open Tuesday and Wednesday, and then of course we'll be closed the rest of the week for Thanksgiving. We're normally closed like the day of Thanksgiving and the next day. So this week, of course, that will go into to our regular hours that we have right now. Of course, we're closed right now on Fridays and Mondays, so it's just really the regular hours that we have going on. Everything has just changed. The scope of our community and what we do has changed. So, of course, the holidays are going to be different this year. We usually have a huge Thanksgiving spread. Everybody brings something, and our ladies get fed, and we say a special thank you prayer, and we have leaves that go on a turkey, and everybody fills out a leaf and puts what they're thankful for, and we put all these beautiful leaves on this turkey, and we're going to miss that this year because we're not going to have the opportunity to do any of those things. So this year we're going to be giving out gift cards to ladies that we have sent out a text message to or invited through email or whatever to come and pick up this gift card for them to be able to go themselves to get Thanksgiving, a Thanksgiving meal. And this is in the place of us giving out the Thanksgiving boxes. And because of COVID-19, we just thought that was probably our best bet. So.
Well, how is it working with volunteers? I know that's going to be tough right now. Because of the pandemic, there's probably a lot of people that are kind of nervous to get out and do things.
Well, it's not going so good with volunteers. We have one or two that have stuck around and braving the the COVID-19 environment with us, but for the most part, a lot of our retired ladies who had compromised immune systems and things like that, they just can't get out in public and do what they did before. So we really don't have very many. Our board of directors and myself are really picking up the slack and doing what we got to do to take care of things. And we've got one or two others who've stuck around who are coming. But besides that, it's a different environment right now.
So you would probably welcome volunteers at this point. So could
Yes.
they just call your phone number? What is it, 392-1137?
That's correct.
Okay, area code 423. Call Oasis if you are healthy and you want to get out and help. Just wear your mask, wash up. But they need volunteers, so anything you can do, just give them a call. There's probably a lot of things you could do to stay pretty safe. You just won't know unless you give them a call and find out what it is you can do. So the holidays, okay, we got Thanksgiving, Christmas is coming up. Is anything different with that? I'm sure it is, with the volunteers being lacking and all, but what can we expect?
Well, Christmas, we usually have a huge outpouring of people come in. Last year we had 100 and some people in that little bitty building.
Wow.
If you go on our Facebook page and you pull up the video from Christmas, it's like, the camera is spinning and it's like faces all around. People were elbow to elbow. We had Santa show up and give out, gifts and things like that. This year, we will not be able to do that. We do plan to give out some gifts and stuff like that, but we will not be having the big dinner and all of that. But we do plan on to give out some gifts to the women and have them come each to the door and pick them up, and probably do the same thing as far as food baskets. We may give out food baskets or just do the certificates again for Christmas. So.
Okay, so your immediate need right now would be what?
Well, we can always use monetary, because especially being at the scope of things has been that our support comes from mainly churches and other nonprofits, and they're suffering during this time of year too because they've had to be closed and things like that. So we do need more supporters, and we're soliciting different supporters, So we're looking for that, and volunteers, and sanitary donations, like to clean up for COVID-19 and things like that. So.
Okay, and the easiest way for people to give donations would probably be, is it your website or Facebook page, or what do you prefer?
Well, if they go on Facebook, they can just, go to that link and it'll take them straight to PayPal, or they can do it through Facebook. We have a Venmo, we have, PayPal, so that they just let me know, like if they send a message to Facebook and say, what's your information for PayPal or this or that, I can answer that for them. So.
And on Facebook, that's Oasis of Kingsport?
Yes.
Okay, so go to Facebook, Oasis of Kingsport, and there's a link on there that you could give a monetary donation, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
All right, and if you have questions about that, you can just send a message to Shantell and she'll get back to you. Now, know the hours for operation right now are Tuesday to Thursday, 9 to 3. Appointment only for showers and laundry only. And the phone number, if that works for you easier than Facebook, 423-392-1137, because there's a lot of people that actually don't do Facebook. So 423-392-1137. And if you are interested in volunteering in any way, please let them know. And you mentioned to me before we started that you do the Kingsport City School schedule, is that right?
Yes, in the scope of COVID-19, if we were to have more cases in Kingsport and things were to get worse, we will follow Kingsport City Schools. So if they go back to homebound, we will probably close down during that time. If for updates, we will always put it up on Facebook. If you have questions, you can always email us, oasiskpt@gmail.com, or you can call us at 423-392-1137. So.
Okay. Well, Shantell, as always, we appreciate you being here and all that you do for our community and for the women and all these programs that you guys do that hopefully this time next year we will be back to normal, having those art classes and cooking classes and everything that you do for so many in our community. Thank you for being here today. And remember to get a hold of Oasis of Kingsport. If you can volunteer or give a monetary donation, they could really use it this time of year. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you for being with us. We'll be back in just a moment with another half of A Closer Look.